Good evening, YouTube listeners. This is Melissa Nelson, CEO of Circle of Children Academy for the last 20 years. This is something new for me, something different, but I'm very excited to know how the Lord is going to play this out. So please tune in every week to hear the voices of the people with children or a child who attend a daycare or someone else who just operates one as well. So tonight I have the pleasure to introduce to you Lawtonette Alfred. Lawtonette, please explain to everyone where you live at, where you're from, who your child is, what daycare or children that they attend.
Hello, everyone. My name is Latarna Alfred, and I'm born and raised here in Benson, North Carolina. I have an 8-year-old daughter that attends Circle of Children Academy Daycare under the direction of Melissa Nelson. We've been attending since December of 2016.
Wow. And yes, that has been a long time. Very challenging. She grew up to be a very intelligent young lady. She does a lot. She's very helpful in a lot of ways. I mean, she's helpful in everything you ask her to do. She does it, and she does it well. She have the habit of, you have to keep her busy. And when you keep her busy, she do her best at it. Like you said, I had her since she was what, 3 months, 3 months old.
2 to 3 months.
Yes, and to watch her grow up is amazing. And like I say, very challenging because she challenged me all the time, which is a blessing because she teaches me a lot. You have to understand that we are not too old to learn from anyone. And as she comes in through the door, I know where I'm going. I know what's going to happen. So I'll prepare myself when she comes through the door. Because when she comes through that door, she is ready. So when she comes through that door, you better know, you better have your boxing gloves on. Because she don't quit until she go home. So it's a pleasure that you even gave me the opportunity this long to even be a mentor to her, to have her in a daycare. Or just know that you trust me enough to know that all these years that she's still here, and she loves to come here. She enjoy coming here. She fight to come here, and half the time she fight to go home. So I just want to thank you for that. God bless you. So Lawtonette, what made you consider a home daycare?
I think one of the biggest reasons me and her father considered a home daycare is the more intimate setting. Because it seems like in a home daycare, the caregiver or the daycare worker typically works with a smaller group of children.
Yes.
And it allows for like a more one-on-one attention, which was what we was kind of looking for in the beginning, and a closer bond between the caregiver and the child. And that's exactly what has developed between you and Makara.
Yes.
And then I think it's just having personalized care is just reassuring to the parent that that your child is getting the attention and the flexibility. And I also like the flexibility and the consistency that sometimes isn't available in a larger facility. So I mean, I love it and it works for us. So
yes,
hey, we roll with it.
Yes, we roll with it. We go with it. But like I said, she's a child who don't give up. She's a fighter. She like I said, she looks forward for a lot of things when she comes through that door. And that one-on-one attention I give each and every one of them. They all have their own personality. And like I said, it's amazing to watch these kids grow from baby to the age that they are now. You'd be surprised at what you see, what you go through on an everyday basis. Because like I said, with Makira, she's so intelligent that sometimes I'd be like, okay. She used a lot of wisdom she uses, and I'm so glad of that. So it's like just being around her, it's a joyful moment when she's around, because I know when she comes around, everything's going to get done the right way, because that's how she operates. She does nothing where you have to really go behind her. Like I said, she loves to She loves to stay active. She loves to wash dishes. It's a lot that she likes to do, and I always give her props when I know, especially when she doing well. Don't get me wrong. Now there's times when she act up, and I have to put her back in her place. But she know who I am. She know what I deal with. So being around her, like I said, it's amazing to even have her in the daycare. So, 2 Timothy 2:25 says, opponent must be gentle, instructed in the hope that God will grant the repentance, leading them to a knowledge of the truth. And with that being said, children today are very confrontational. Sometimes, like I said, you have that 8-year-old, and I know she could be very confrontational, very challenging at times. So we as parents, sometimes we go with the flow, we go back and forth with them, which we shouldn't, but we do. So why do you think it's so important to have a conversation than being confrontational with them?
I think it's important because at the age of 8, they're trying to assert their independence. So, of course, they're testing boundaries and they're trying to figure out their emotions as well. So, it's normal for them to become confrontational. But as parents, I think it's essential that, we don't respond in a confrontational way. Because it seems like when we engage in a back and forth argument, it creates a power struggle. I know it does for me and Karen.
Yes.
So, and that's rarely going to lead to a positive outcome. So instead, I feel like if you have a calm conversation with your child, it allows both of us to understand like what's going on, what's beneath the surface of the behavior.
Yes.
And then confrontational behavior is also a sign that maybe the child is overwhelmed or frustrated or misunderstood.
Yes.
So I feel like by listening and communicating openly, we can teach them emotional regulation and problem solving skills.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. Yep. That was well said, because it gets confrontational sometimes, and we got to let them know who has the power, and if you shut down on them, they shut down, and you will never know what the issue is. So like you said, you have to get to the bottom of it. And it's about being gentle with them, letting them know that it's still love. I'm still your mom. I'm still your daycare provider. Just explain to me what's going on, because back and forth, we just not going to do. So it's just when you have the conversation to let them understand exactly what you mean and where this conversation is going. It's better for both of us because, like I said, it's a teaching moment. She's teaching me, I'm teaching her, and same for you. And that's your child. So I can understand you do more. Even though she's here with me most of the time. It's a way that you have to talk to them. It's a way that you stand next to them. Your body language also tells a lot, because they know when you're angry. They know when you're upset. They know what's not being accepted. And when you got a child that loves confrontation, sometimes they don't want to bow down. Sometimes they don't want to listen, but it's how you come for them. It's how you talk to them to make them come down a little bit, to explain what's going on. So when you can do that with a child, you winning already. And I always tell Makai, we always use God. God is the head of everything. Talk to him, ask him, what's going on? Help me to be a better person. Help me, give me the wisdom and knowledge that I need so I could do better, where I won't throw no temper tantrum, where I can understand when someone is speaking to me. So when she goes that route, it always bring her back down to where she's supposed to be, and then she can hear me better than what she did in the beginning. So it's a pleasure, like I say, to have her here. And again, I just thank you and her father for giving me the opportunity to have her this long, because she be in junior high school.
Yep, and she'll still be attending circle children.
So ready. YouTube, we just want to thank everyone for listening in, and on to that, I thank you so much for giving us your time and effort tonight to even get on this broadcast, to let people understand what goes on in daycare. People don't understand all the time what goes on in daycares. It's a lot that goes on. It's teaching, it's mentor, you're a psychologist, you everything you could think of. And if you don't and you don't have that in you, it's going to be a challenge every single day. So with that being said, I thank everyone. Lord, tonight again, I thank you. You have a wonderful night. Peace, love, and happiness.